Apparently, this image right here is the most scandalous, terrifying picture you will ever see in American history. Look at that fascist. Both of them. This is absolutely outrageous. An American president welcoming the owner of the largest American car manufacturing company, most successful in recent years, to show off his latest line of cars at the White House. This is despicable, horrendous. I don't think our republic will survive. In fact, I believe Donald Trump should be impeached for this, and Musk should be sent to Gitmo. It's kind of like how CNN and MSNBC has been covering this story after weeks of, there's no way else to describe it, terrorist acts against Tesla cars, Tesla drivers, Tesla charging stations, and Tesla dealerships. Donald Trump had enough, and he said, screw it. I'm going to give a boost to Musk. I'm going to give a boost to Tesla, and I'm going to buy myself my own right here, 1600 Pennsylvania. They did have the whole fleet of Tesla cars there. He ended up buying that beauty. That's a Model S Plaid. Yours truly, I've got a Model Y and a Model 3, but boy, I'm coveting that cherry red Model S Plaid right there. You know, that goes 0 to 60 in less than 2 seconds. Damn. That said, this is outrageous, unacceptable. Just ask CNN. They'll tell you all about how awful it is. And by the way, one of my favorite things about this exchange you're about to see is Jonah Goldberg sitting in the middle like a eunuch. Jonah Goldberg has absolutely no position and nothing to say and no opinion anyone cares to hear. But he's on the payroll, so they got to put him out there. Let's watch the exchange about Tesla invading the White House.
Assuming you agree, because as a Republican strategist, you wouldn't have advised him to go in front of the White House and drive a Tesla.
Wait, why?
Because
of course I would have. You know why? Because if I were advising a Republican president, I would say, let's support American companies that have thousands of American workers and thousands more workers who make indirect products for it. Yeah, I think it would be a good idea if American companies did well under my
okay. So you're going to go ahead and support a billionaire, but not support the American worker, and not necessarily.
Who do you think makes Teslas, Sochi? American workers. It's good if
but it's
Tesla
very much
well,
as
American
Dana mentioned.
You think Elon builds them all in his basement? They got factories all over the place,
including in China. But you know,
yeah. Do we not? Do they not have thousands of Americans?
It's just the visual of him driving a
Did Joe Biden drive a Jeep Rubicon around the South Lawn?
A six-figure car.
Where do they make those?
Is owned by a billionaire in the White House.
Is giving
the UAW had a stake in it, and the UAW gave money to Joe Biden, and they supported Joe Biden. You're saying one hand.
Well, you're talking about the UAW. You're kind of making.
We're talking about the workers. A billionaire who is in the federal government making cuts and making business deals that end up benefiting himself.
Well, a lot of those
things. It's a miracle look for Donald Trump.
Democrats so excited to tear down an American company or companies the way they are right now. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy, especially considering it's not just an American car manufacturer, which is an incredible success story. If I had told you 15 years ago that a brand new American car manufacturer is going to hit the scene and they're going to make a car different than everybody else, different than GM and Chrysler and Ford, they're going to make a completely different car, different than the Korean models, different than the Japanese car manufacturer, going to be a completely different car. And in 15 years, it will actually be the biggest car manufacturer in the United States of America. You would have thrown me in the loony bin. But that's exactly what Tesla's been able to do. And Jonah Goldberg, well, they make cars in China. Yeah, they make cars in China for the Chinese. They're not imported to America, you numb brain. Seriously, why do they even have him take up oxygen on that panel? So this is something that we're all supposed to be scandalized about. That Donald Trump, after weeks and weeks and weeks of seeing Elon Musk getting trashed, seeing his cars getting attacked. Yeah, I tell you something. I'm traveling right now, as you can see. I'm not on my usual home set. Avis gave me a Tesla to rent, which is ironic because I drive a Tesla at home. So I go up, I pick up my car. It's a Tesla. Oh, great. It's a Tesla. I go to pick up my grieving mother, who's newly widowed. I go to pick her up to drive her to a restaurant, and she's scared to get into the car because she's afraid that here in the state of Oregon, stopped at a red light, someone's going to throw a rock through our windshield. That's the climate we're in right now. And if you watch this panel on CNN, all of it is Elon Musk's fault. All of it is the Tesla owner's fault. If we get a rock thrown through our windshield, it's our fault. We were asking for it after all. And to the bigger point, it's absolutely unprecedented and disgusting and despicable and a quid pro quo and underhanded dirty dealing for the president to feature an American car manufacturer of any kind at the White House. That would be a Jeep Rubicon and an H2 hybrid Hummer at the White House. The president at the time was Joe Biden. Biden drove the Rubicon around the ellipse, or was it this? Actually, I think it was the front portico of the White House. There he is giving a big speech with that backdrop there. Boy, oh boy. That's quite the scene, isn't it? If you're Jeep, if you're GM, you love that image. Except that well, I guess it's impressive that you can prove to your potential buyer that somebody as mentally incapacitated as Joe Biden could actually drive your car. I mean, if he can drive your car, anybody can, I guess, was the tagline for Jeep after this photo op. There's more, and listen, these pictures have been going around, and it's obviously kind of a gotcha hypocrite moment for Democrats who are complaining about Tesla. But I'm going to give you a little bit more about this event that actually illustrates, I think, even deeper what's going on here. Yes, they're hypocrites. Yes, they're lying when they tell you that it's unprecedented that the president would do this, because literally the last president did this. But there's a little bit more nuance to this. That event right there with Jeep and with GM, and I think Ford participated in it as well. This was the Biden administration celebrating American car manufacturers who have embraced green energy options with electric vehicles and with hybrid vehicles. And they invited all of the American car manufacturers who had taken government handouts and government paybacks and utilized UAW union workers to manufacture their cars in exchange, of course, for UAW support for the Democrats and for Joe Biden, right? And that's what happened at the White House. All the car manufacturers from America were there, except for one. One American car manufacturer was not invited to this big event at the White House. It was an American car manufacturer who literally reinvented the idea of a mass-produced electric car in America. It was an American car manufacturer that's never had to take a bailout from the federal government. It's an American car manufacturer that just started about 15 years ago out of nothing and almost overnight completely turned the automotive industry upside down. A groundbreaking technological force that really, if you're going to do an event at the White House to celebrate electric vehicles, should be the only car manufacturer invited. And you know exactly who I'm talking about. That's right. When Joe Biden invited American car manufacturers to the White House to celebrate electric vehicles, they did not invite Tesla. They did not invite Tesla, mostly because he doesn't utilize union workers to make his cars, partly because he had been openly critical of the Biden administration, even that far early on in the administration. But thirdly, because Elon Musk didn't offer them anything. You see, Tesla was pretty much manufactured in California, a state that the Democrats already have, and in Texas, a state that the Democrats will never get. But you see, Ford, GM, Chrysler, they're manufactured in Michigan, and that's a swing state, and we need those votes. So we'll go ahead and invite them. But no. Trump's the problem. Trump's the one. One other thing that I want to be pointed out, and once again, I want to honor Mays, who does some great research on X. You really should subscribe to his account. It's worth it. He put together one other sort of montage here that I want you to watch, because these people on television, they can't quite keep their stories straight. Is Elon Musk exploiting Trump and Trump exploiting Musk to make Musk richer? Or is Elon Musk desperate to have Trump prop him up because Tesla's going out of business? These are two clips only a couple of months apart, and they can't quite keep their stories straight.
Just how rich is he right now?
Look at these numbers. A year ago, according to Bloomberg's billionaire index, it was 222 billion. On election day, it was 264 billion. Just in the last month, holy Toledo, nearly $100 billion richer Elon Musk is now than he was a month ago.
He's got rockets. He's got other things.
Yeah.
But it still comes from Tesla, right?
Yeah, it absolutely comes from Tesla. And just look at the growth in the Tesla stock.
That's incredible.
Okay, so that was a few months ago. It's about how rich Tesla is, and it's all because of how rich Elon Musk is, and it's all because of the Tesla stock. Okay, that's a few months ago, right? And the entire narrative is how rich Elon Musk is, and it's all because of the Tesla stock, and his involvement with Donald Trump is really just to make him richer. And his designs on getting integrated into the federal government with Doge, it's really just a scheme to make him even richer, right? It's all about making Elon Musk richer. That was just a few months ago. And now look at the narrative from CNN.
I mean, a return anybody would look for. Go ahead and annualize that one. And Musk needs the help in some senses. Tesla shares have lost half their value from the high just after Trump's election. I mean, that is a stunning drop. Trump just, as you saw, hawking Teslas on the White House driveway, while Trump's allies in Congress are now calling on the Justice Department to launch a quote-unquote domestic terrorism investigation into protests against Tesla.
Isn't that the same CNN anchor? Wow, look how rich he is. Someone should investigate this. It's outrageous that the richest man in the world is benefiting so greatly from supporting Donald Trump. And just 2 months later, Elon Musk is a hobo. He's going to be living on the sidewalk. This guy's stock is crashing, and here's Trump hawking his cars to prop him up. Get your story straight. I mean, either way, you're lying, but at least be consistent with your lies, right? Do you know that we have video? Do you know that we can see what you... It is outrageous that the President of the United States is spending his time hawking Teslas and trying to support an American car manufacturer. That is outrageous. And I think it's beneath the dignity of the presidency to hawk a car. It is not, however, beneath the dignity of a video streamer like me. So I would like to take this opportunity to let you know that if you're looking to buy a Tesla, you can use my referral link. You know, some guys out there, they try to save you $1.50 on a pillow. No offense. It's nice to save money on a pillow. You can save $1,000 if you buy a Tesla if you use my referral link. Just look up Larry O'Connor over on X. The link's right there. Go with God. Enjoy your Tesla.